Hey guys, back to tie up the end of this Corsair review, give you some results and give you my final thoughts on it. I turned the rig on, I left it for 30 minutes idle and then recorded some idle temperatures, as I do with all my reviews. And I'll be comparing the case with a Cooler Master 922, which was the last one that I did. Now within 30 minutes there was a pretty big gap built up. The graphics cards in the 922 were at idle would be about 49-50 degrees. In this they were 58 or 60 degrees, so straight away you're looking there at a minimum of 8 degrees difference. CPU wasn't so bad in the 922 with the Nexus HOC 9000 air heatsink. It was 37 degrees. Excuse me. In the Corsair it was 40 degrees. When I started stressing the parts, that was when the big differences started to add up. The graphics cards, after 30 minutes of ATI tool, in the 922 you were looking at a maximum temperature of 68 degrees on both the graphics cards. In the Corsair, after 30 minutes, you were looking at 85 degrees, and to be quite honest, I think if I'd left it longer it would have carried on going up, because it just quite steadily went up right the way it was just gradually going up and up and up and up. Now with the air cooler again on the CPU, in the 922 it was 58 degrees maximum. I tested that with Prime 95, maximum heat, maximum stress. So 58 degrees in the 922. In the Corsair it was 75 degrees. So there's a big difference there. For a £200 case, much hotter. So I wanted to have a look. I was trying to work out why, and I said before that I was worried about the airflow. Now the airflow, I thought it would be too complicated, but the problem was the fans that are in here out of the box. They are very quiet, so if you're looking for a quiet case, then the fans in it are very quiet. They don't move any air, and where this is the only intake fan, there just wasn't enough cold air getting into the case to be able to cool the parts. And with graphics cards, when you have air blowing from the front, they blow in the front and blow over the graphics card as well to help keep them cool. So with this fan, you'd think it would work because it's bringing cold air in from the bottom and then hot air can exhaust out the top. Now that works in a case like the Silverstone Raven, where the graphics cards are mounted the other way round, so you've got the cold air blowing straight over them. But this, it's all right angles and the air doesn't like it, so yeah. So with the Lackluster Fan, it's not really bringing any air in. The graphics cards were suffocating and it just couldn't get enough air in. So it made me think that put a better fan in, but you're really going to need, it doesn't matter how much of a tornado you get in here, you're going to need some more air in as well. So it made me think about either put an air in the roof, but then you're only going to have one exhaust. So what I thought would be bring air in the back and have it exhausting out the roof. When I was thinking about bringing air in the back, it immediately made me think of something that I've had here for a few weeks. Corsair sent me the H50 all-in-one air cooler to have a look at, because I'm quite into my water cooling, so for something cheap like this I'd be quite sceptical. So they wanted me to have a look, see what I thought. But they send you a reviewer's guide, and the reviewer's guide basically tells you how they want it tested, what programs to use, how to work it out, exactly how to have it all wired up. And in that guide it said that it had to have the air coming in the back. So I was thinking to myself, well, they're not going to make their own water cooling all-in-one system knowing that they've got a case coming up and have it so you can't really use it. So maybe this is meant to work with the case, and if this is meant to have the air coming in the back, then let's give it a try. So if you've got air coming in the bottom, air coming in the back with the H50, I put two Gigamatech 120 metre fans in the roof as well to match this one. So you've got air coming in, and then air going out the top. It made a massive difference, a massive difference. Doing those few changes, running the Corsair, both of the Corsair lines off 12 volts, so the pump's off 12 volt, the fan's off 12 volt. This is a pretty good fan as well. It got the case temperatures down, so it was very, very close with the 922 temperatures that I spoke to you about before. Very respectable. Go on to overclock3d.net, you'll see that all the testing and all the results that I did. We normally wouldn't have tried adapting a case. If a case was bad, we'd say it was bad. I've been waiting for this thing for so long. I wanted to know why it wasn't performing the way we would expect. So the long and short of it is, it's a very well built case. It is pretty good. Don't mark it down for the steel, because it just gives it a nice sturdy feel. The hard drives do get a bit warmer. They're probably about 4 to 6 degrees warmer than they were in the 922. But I tried running the hard drives without the fan at all, and the temperatures rocketed. So the cooling through the hot swap caddy isn't great. It's not as good as a 922, but it does still work. It does still keep the fans a lot cooler than they would do if they had no fan at all. Plus points, I mean, the cable tidying is great. It's very well built. It's a very sleek, minimal, angular looking case. I do quite like the styling. I'm not too keen personally on the aluminium front. It stands out too much, in my opinion, with the powder coat. If there was a way that they could have had the powder coat on the front as well, I think it would have looked a lot better. But all in all, it is a nice case. It is a nice case. You've just got to remember to factor in that you're going to have to spend some money to get the cooling right. Excuse me. You are going to need to spend a few quid on some fans. I would not suggest this case for an air-cooled system. I don't think it's real. I think this case probably was all along designed for a H50, big water cooling radiator at the top to cool your graphics card, and then the rest, the airflow that's passed on, is to keep the motherboard cool. Like that, it will perform very well, but I personally don't think this was designed as an air cooling case. I hope Corsair make a revision, or they make another case, maybe something smaller with more airflow, because that's what we want. It's a lovely, lovely, clean, sleek, almost adult design, because I'm not too keen on some of the gaming cases that are all big bulges and big fans, and all lights, and do you know what I mean? Looks like a bloody UFO trying to land. So this kind of case I really do like, but the performance lets it down. So yeah, I'm rambling now. So if you want to see the pictures and the rest of the review, I'm going to put the link at the side. Go to overclock3d.net, take a look at the full in-depth review. I am going to be doing a full review on the H50 as well. And I will be back soon with another review, because it's been a busy couple of weeks for me. I'm sorry that I've not had a review for you for a while, but I will be back with some more probably over the weekend, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching my Corsair review. Please do post your thoughts underneath, because I'd love to know what you think of this case as well, and whether you think I've done a fair review, because it's my first one that I've done on YouTube. So I am looking for some feedback, please guys. Hope to speak to you all soon. Thanks very much. Time Tom Logan out.